Alrighty, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is now time for our Ana Skills Challenge coming through, and things are going to be a little bit different for this one. This is not going to be a 1v1 at all.
Yeah, so just to kind of briefly explain the overarching points here, there's 9 players, and it's a free-for-all. So it's going to be the first player to get 20 kills just wins. And otherwise, if no one gets 20 kills, the player who has the most kills at the end of 5 minutes will be the winner. So getting 20 kills is like catching the snitch in Harry Potter or something. Like you just win. Like the rest of the timer doesn't matter. Yeah. So it's just depends on how there's multiple win conditions, right? Either having the most or getting 20 first, if that makes sense. The top 4 in terms of the kills after that 20 is reached, then you'll calculate the top 4. Those top 4 go to another round with the same rules, first 20 kills, or winner after 5 minutes becomes the champion. So hopefully that doesn't. It's not as complicated as it sounds, I swear, but it's gonna get crazy, and I don't know how we're gonna cast this, but we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it's going to be completely and utterly chaotic, as I'm sure most people know if they've ever played a deathmatch mode in their life. But taking a look at our Anas that we do have playing, we have Shu, we have Izayaki, JJonak, Molly, Bebe, Creative, Highly, Violet, and Alarm.
I'm really excited to see all these all-star Ana players at work here. I'm sure Jaehong is watching at home, smiling, because there's a lot to consider in this one. Like, I mean, Alarm's had an incredible Ana this year, I feel like, going into this. Like, I think a lot of people favor him. I think I might favor him going into this as well, but, like, there's a certain element of randomness to a free-for-all, and when you get bionaded, you can't bionade yourself to heal, so it gets a little bit crazy. You could sleep in Ana, but someone might steal your kill. In fact, they probably will, so it's like, is that even really helpful? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of kill steal potential that could be coming through. Taking a look at JJonak though, on Ana this season, you can see that he is #1 in hero damage in the league here out of 25 players so far on Ana specifically, and tied for 3rd in bionade kills. So 2 very strong metrics for an Ana free-for-all showdown. But is that going to translate into a victory here versus 8 other Ana players? I don't know. I mean, he's very good at dueling. He's also I'd say he's very... I was going to say I think he's a very safe Ana player, but towards the end of the season, like, that actually didn't end up holding up to be true. I'd say in general he was a pretty safe Ana player, but the more, like, as those words are coming out of my mouth, I'm like, well, if we look back to those last few matches he played, though, he was often dying first, and it was not actually the case. It's hard to say, Kilios, if it's going to translate into this or not, but bionades are going to be huge. That's going to be, like, the most important thing. Yeah, and it's all about decision-making and knowing when you can go for an aggressive bionade or when you have to try to save it to keep yourself alive. So we'll see what each individual playstyle is going to be looking like as we do jump into the Black Forest for this showdown. And, yeah, like we said, we think that this is going to be pretty damn chaotic with 9 people already off the bat as we jump in here. You can see the Bebe is going to be taking a nice little lead at the start.
I didn't know everyone was going to have 20 health, too. Like, what?
Yeah, it's one-shot kills. It's one-shot kills. So there's actually no sniping.
Okay. Well,
see the quick scope coming in from Highly, follows up for another one, takes the lead, now 4. There's 1 ahead of Shu, however, who is very closely behind him.
Well, bionade's not going to matter at all, actually, as it turns out here, because you're not going to be able to heal when everything's one-shot kill.
There just aren't bionades. You just can't even use the ability. We've taken that away from them, so never mind me talking about that bionade stat for JJonak, who is now taking the lead. Izayaki going to be a little bit further behind. You can see him in 7th place right now, only has the 2 kills. Izayaki pushing up, he's looking to try to get around that corner. Oh, the kill get taken, does manage to find Violet. Molly,
this is actually sick. This is actually so cool. Like, this is actually super
really
fun.
fast. This is all about who can quick scope the best, and right now it is going to be Violet who is taking a lead. Now moves up 9-2, so he's almost halfway there. You see Creative in dead last place with 2 kills, needs to try to pick it up. JJonak gets a sleep dart kill onto Alarm, taking him down. That's why we selected 20 HP specifically, so you could kill people with that. Yep. Molly finds one as well onto Violet, as Violet will overtake JJonak. So those guys going to be looking neck and neck right now, but Highly is in 2nd place, but he's still 3 behind Violet, who's been on a bit of a tear because he does get struck down by Molly in the end. will respawn back in instantly, go straight back into the action. Violet still in the lead, just 7 away from victory. JJonak trying to catch up, still going to be in 4th, but it's very close right now at the top. Violet is just barely keeping himself ahead. 5 more left for Violet to go ahead and close this one out. Can anybody shut him down? Can anybody take the lead away from this man?
I mean, you can't really target him. There's just no way. You have to just catch up and kills. JJonak's trying his best. He jumps up 2 more. He's just 1 behind now.
We saw that he did just get struck down, so Violet out of the game for a little bit. I'm looking at the kill feed to see if he pops back up, and he does, but it's on the receiving end of a sleep dart kill from Shu, who does manage to take him down, and that's allowing for other players rather, to catch up to him. You can see that JJonak now in the lead, overtakes him by 1, 16-15. Violet on the hunt, looking to reclaim that lead, looking to advance from under the top 4, the ones who go into the final. JJonak and Violet tied neck and neck, 16-16. We'll see who's going to be able to inch out ahead, or if somebody can come in from behind to try to take this one away from them, because right now it's still very much tied up. JJonak strikes down Violet, follows up on a creative. He just needs 1 more left to go.
There's a chance to catch up. Violet gets 2.
He's looking for the shot. Shu takes him down, and that might have just guaranteed victory here for JJonak, but as I say he does fall.
He's down.
Violet
so
respawns
close.
in, it's 19-19. Just needs 1 more. Violet dies, and that should be
JJonak gets
I believe it's going to be JJonak. JJonak does manage to take it here. First one, 220. So yeah, really rapid fire kills, obviously. The 5-minute timer, there's just no way.
Yeah.
Again,
well,
it's
I
like
mean, I think that'll be more relevant.
No way.
That'll be more relevant in the finals, so I think that,
probably.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it might not be, actually, as it turns out. Like, if one person really runs away with it, like, because I knew the rules in terms of, like, the timer, the who advances, all those rules. I actually wasn't told about the 20 health and no bionade. So I was thinking we're going to be in some crazy world where like people are trying to bionade and get multi-kills and trying to like hide and snipe and get like 2 kills or 3 kills with bionade at like far away range and like maybe sleep somebody so they could actually shut down their vision or something and then try. I thought it was going to be more of like a general Ana's test, not like an Ana snipe one-shot test, which actually was really fun to watch because it was like insanely fast-paced and it's crazy the range we saw too. Like I think Creative had like 8 kills at the end. I think he was the lowest. So like JJonak hitting 21st down to Creative at 8, and like Creative is, in my opinion, the best Ana we have in Asia right now. Like in terms of his recent performances, like he's one of the big reasons why Seoul actually did so well in playoffs. But you know, it's a different skill set, right? Like where we are right now in terms of like just killing people with one shots and popping off on Black Forest versus, you know, playing a general Ana game with bionades and sleep darts.
Well, we do have JJonak, Violet, Izayaki, and Highly advancing into our final 4 showdown to see who is going to become our champion. As we go ahead and take a look at some highlights from Violet throughout the season, who has been an extremely strong Ana. I mean, extremely strong everything, as you would come to expect from Violet. This guy is one of the star, support players that we do have in the league. Yeah,
I mean, he really is. It was actually kind of crazy that San Francisco Shock added Twilight to the roster this year after Violet had such an incredible performance last year. And you and I obviously commentated Violet before he moved to Overwatch League when he was playing in Contenders Korea, where he had a very promising career on Zenyatta back at that time. And he's really just solidified himself as one of the best support players in the world based on performances over the last season, this season. And I think he's definitely going to be considered to be one of the best support players of all time. Like especially if he has another good year, like next year, I think people will remember him. Like a lot of people, well, people should, but not everybody does, consider Mono one of the most consistent main tanks of all time because of his performance across a long period of time. And I think that Violet is just getting right up there in terms of flex supports right now.
Yeah, he really has been climbing the standings, so I absolutely do agree with you. I think that very well could be the case. I'll have to get confirmation on this, but I think going into this Final Four, as we will be jumping into game, I think that it's just a time limit, and it's the highest at the end of the timer rather than having a cap. We will find out, obviously, but I think that this might just be several minutes of play and then seeing who can go the furthest, who can rack up the most amount of kills at the end of the timer. So we'll see what happens, and we will be changing it up a little bit further as we move over to Necropolis instead of the Black Forest. Okay, I got confirmation. It is still going to be first to 20, so it is going to be capped.
Yep. So we're going into Necropolis here, which provides a lot more cover. I think the Black Forest in a lot of ways. So still the same rules, you get 20 health, etc. And I wonder if someone will actually just try to like get high ground and kind of hide, or if it's just going to be non-stop action. And you can see Violet's kind of moving up towards that right now.
JJonak manages to find one. As Violet will be able to strike him down, so 2-2. Those guys still going to be looking like the front runners, but Izayaki comes in, finally puts himself on the board by taking down Violet. Up here onto the high ground, though, JJonak finds him, takes a nice early lead as he follows up for a double kill. Now a triple, 3 in a row for JJonak. Taking a very strong start, manages to find Izayaki again.
See, this is the high ground I was talking about. You get up here, and then suddenly you could shoot at anyone, basically, who exposes themselves, and everyone's trying to take him away, take high ground away from him, and he has that advantage. He's actually going to change position, though.
Yeah, does reposition, drops down here.
Poor Hailey.
With a quick scope in.
Hailey's 0-4.
Can't quite find it. It's going to be shifting around to the side. Gets the shot there onto Hailey.
Hailey's 0-5.
Very nicely done. This is not a great look for Hailey. Needs to try to come back into this game. Looks for the sleep dart. Is not able to find it, but Violet actually loses out on that kill. It was Izayaki from across the way. Sniped that one away from Violet. As Hailey is finally on the board. Got himself a second kill now.
Yeah, he got into a better position.
It's going to be one hell of a comeback if either Izayaki or Hailey can get into this, because right now it is the JJonak game. He is halfway to victory.
Yeah, halfway there. I mean, he has only 3 deaths, and he's again kind of trying to skate around this high ground here and find any Anas that expose themselves. There's another one on the Hailey, because Hailey doesn't know where JJonak is, right? So that's that high ground advantage you get.
Violet looking for the shot. The sleep dart does not connect, and Hailey comes in from behind to find JJonak. Now Violet trying to get that kill, but Izayaki from across the way manages to find the shot, but Violet will punish him for that steal. So 5 kills for Izayaki, tied up with Violet. Hailey 2 behind, but JJonak just still looking like he might be able to run away from with this. Moves up onto the high ground, gets the shot there onto Izayaki, and it's just 8 more kills left to go. Tries to get that quick scope, clips in.
They've got to gang up on him, I feel, if they're going to take him out. Like, I think everybody needs to be focusing on him instead of just trying to get...
Just everybody kill JJonak.
Like, everybody has to kill him, or like he's... Yeah, and that's what's happening. So everyone's chasing him down, because if you don't kill him, then eventually, just like by war of attrition, he's going to get enough kills and win while you're trying to kill everybody else.
Yeah. Gotta just kill everything inside. Sleep dart going right over Violet's head, just over Violet's shoulder. JJonak again comes in, finds the shot onto Hailey, keeping him firmly placed in that 4th place spot.
Reaction time insane
7 more
here.
left to go as JJonak will drop. Hailey tying up now with Violet, still behind Izayaki, however, who comes up with 2 back-to-back kills, is very nicely in 2nd place with a decent lead over the rest, but can he catch up to JJonak is the question. Hop over the sleep dart here from Violet, sees that there's somebody below him, manages to take down Hailey, and JJonak doesn't manage to get either of those kills while sniping from a distance. Hop up over the top. Violet takes down JJonak. Now he's looking to get ahead of Izayaki.
I mean, it's starting to get closer. It's starting to get much, much closer. JJonak does come back here, but is taken out. And, like, this is actually Izayaki's chance.
He's on a bit of a streak at the moment. Comes up with another one, taking down Hailey.
I mean, he's at that spot JJonak was
2 away
earlier, where he was popping off. Like, he's got that high ground location right now, and he's really on a tear. It's so hard to actually take him out of this location.
JJonak is gone. That's absolutely huge. Hailey picking up 2 more kills, but Izayaki strikes him down. Is just 1 away from tying it, and then maybe could take the lead from there. Looks for the quick scope, but JJonak does manage to find that kill instead. And Izayaki will be finished off by Hailey, as he and Violet are still going to be neck and neck. 2 apart for Izayaki and JJonak. JJonak looks for a little bit more. Violet takes him down, comes up with a second one. It's breaking away from Hailey, looking to take a bit of a lead, trying to catch up to Izayaki.
60 seconds left.
Yep, we are getting really, really close. Izayaki going to have to try to overtake here as best as he possibly can. JJonak looking for the shots. Violet finishes him off. Izayaki, if he can come up with some clutch kills right here, right now, perhaps he can actually get that lead right at the last second. As there's 45 left. Izayaki finds 1. 1 more to tie.
Yeah, this is actually getting so insanely close. It looked like JJonak was just going to run away with it, but he lost control. Does have now that he's getting the double here. He's got that high ground. He's gotten it back.
Can he make the 20 happen? There's 30 seconds left. He might be able to make this all the way to 20
he's dead,
kills.
Though.
Yeah, Izayaki going to have to put things into overdrive right now, but Hailey across the way finds that snipe as he tries to inch forward into 2nd place. He's neck and neck, moves up to 15. 18 seconds left to go. Can Hailey make this miracle run happen? He was in last place for so very long. Gets rid of JJonak, just needs 1 more
10
to
seconds.
tie him up, and then can try to take the lead. Looks for the scope in, can't get the quick scope. Does get struck down. JJonak from across the way finds the kill. There's just a couple seconds remaining, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to overtake him. The clock will hit 0, and JJonak with a +2 lead over Hailey will be our ANA Skills Challenge champion.
Very impressive across the board, just getting that high ground repeatedly and covering all of his angles, which is so incredibly hard to do, especially when everyone's gunning for you. Because, you know, at some point, if you don't take JJonak off the high ground and you don't work together, you're just competing against each other, which makes it even harder to stop JJonak from getting kills. Because if you're trying to shoot the Anas on the low ground as a low ground Ana, then the low ground Anas have to actually watch all their sightlines and corners, and so JJonak just sits up there and he's like, okay, no one's even able to get a sightline on me, and he kept repositioning. Every time he stayed up there too long, he repositioned a little bit, and he got taken away from high ground a few times, and he had to fight his way back there, but he kept continuing to find his way back up to the high ground. It was really impressive to see how much he controlled that, how quick his reflexes are. No one's surprised, I think, by, you know, the incredible mechanical skill he showed. But it is impressive to see that our, you know, inaugural season MVP still got it. Season 3 here now, our 3rd season of Overwatch League, and he's still an incredible flex support.
That he is. First to 20 in both of those rounds, and now he's going to be the Ana Skill Challenge champion. So congratulations to JJonak, still walking away from this season. You know, maybe not in the top 4, but still showing that he is one of the best supports that we have in the league still. But yeah, coming up next is going to be Who is Meta? So that's going to be coming at you in just a few minutes, so of course you want to stay tuned for that. But of course, before that, we've got something else a little bit interesting to share that people might care about, Wolf, and that is going to be our role stars for support. So go ahead and take a look.